Don't forget, ko-fi.com/stopwritingalone is a real simple way to show your support for what's going on here week after week. Hi everyone, this is Nicole Rivera and you're listening to the Stop Writing Alone podcast for writers who are looking for their writing community. I know you want to find readers for your work, but I think your first step is to connect with other writers. That's what we're going to do here in the Stop Writing Alone podcast. We'll do writing prompts and other writing group activities, discover online writing communities, learn how to find local writing groups, or how to make your own. Join us as we explore, learn, and write. This week's episode is sponsored by this podcast and all things Stop Writing Alone. If you want to support Stop Writing Alone in a real simple way, head on over to ko-fi.com/stopwritingalone. And that's spelled ko-fi.com/stopwritingalone. But ko-fi.com is a great space to support all creatives. So go check it out and see who else that you love is over there and looking for a little pick-me-up. That's ko-fi.com/stopwritingalone to support this podcast. And I thank you to all my supporters. Hi, this is Nicole Rivera and you're listening to the Stop Writing Alone podcast. Welcome to episode 106, where we are going to talk about, wait for it, procrastination. The power and peril of procrastination, in fact, because I am a master procrastinator, or as my Spanish professor in college used to like to call me, La Princesa de Procrastinación. That was me. That remains to be me. And I am here in the wee hours of the morn recording episode 106 because I have procrastinated. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not the only thing I have procrastinated this week. I think I might have mentioned that I was participating in the NYC Midnight Short Story Competition this week. And that is a 2,500 word story where I was emailed a prompt for the story at midnight, hence the name NYC Midnight, last Friday. So last Friday at midnight, I received my prompt. I knew what I had to do. I have 8 days to write said story, so it must be submitted by this Saturday night at midnight. Again, NYC Midnight. I have written 0 words. Why, you ask? Because I'm procrastinating. So why does one do this? Why do I do this? And what could I possibly benefit from this? Well, for one, procrastinating this podcast, there is really zero benefit in this situation. I'm up late now, much later than I want to be. I will be hosting the live call for the listening path tomorrow, the first live call. I'm going to be tired now unless I take a nap beforehand. This is not good. That's probably one of the perils of procrastination, is that at some point you have got to do the thing you've been procrastinating, and the time slot in which you then have to do the thing may lead to consequences that are unpleasant. However, in terms of my story, I have to say that procrastination has actually been working to my benefit thus far. So really quickly, my prompt that I was given this go around, the NYC Midnight contest gives you a genre, an item, and a person to be featured in your story. The person must be, a pivotal part of the story. The object must also play an important role in the story. It can't just be a toss away thing. And so I received the genre of thriller. My object is a diary, and my person is an outlaw. I stayed up till past midnight on Friday to receive the prompt so that I could sort of like digest it. I always have to worry about genre because I don't typically write very specifically in genres, so I need to know what did they give me so that I could really learn it quickly, and also to sleep on, the prompt so that I can start ideating when I wake in the morning. And that's exactly what I did. Over the weekend, I just started really diving deep on what does it mean to write a thriller and what are some of the, non-negotiable items that need to be in there. And then really thinking about an outlaw and a diary. And, I got some ideas. And I probably by like Monday or Tuesday had something that I felt like not only was like an idea that could work for all the elements, but also something that I would enjoy writing. But I procrastinated. And mostly, I will say a lot of my procrastination has to do with that new app, Clubhouse, which today's episode was going to be about. Why would a writer want to be on Clubhouse, the app? But we will have that conversation at a later date. I'll just say that for now, it has been yes, in this venue, we are looking at it as a massive procrastination because it got me here, but it also has been incredibly valuable to me. So I don't want to trade that for the world. So in the interim with this story, that idea that I had at the beginning of the week started to flesh out more and more as I lived my life, right? So I don't know if all writers and storytellers sort of operate in the same way, but one of the things that I love to do is take a prompt and not think directly about it for a while. Like I said, I like to get the prompt and go to sleep. I like to take my idea and then like go take a shower or do some other like mindless chore like washing dishes or folding laundry so that my mind is not really totally focused on the thing. Procrastinating, actually getting to the computer to start typing this story, gave me more of that than I even bargained for this week. And look, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I am not worried at all that this story is not going to get done. I know for me personally that I need Friday, full day Friday and Saturday to sort of work on the story. It'll be great if I can work on it Thursday and maybe have a first draft, but I really just need one day. I'm so used to doing writing prompt parties where I get a draft of a story out in a short amount of time and then I can work to rewrite it. So it's not like I'm procrastinating to a perilous point right now. But in the last 24 to 48 hours, I just got like a whole new twisty idea fed into my story that feels so right that I think I would have been upset if I had already written what I was thinking about. But the truth of the matter is, if I had sat down to write that idea that I had like Monday, Tuesday, this new idea would not have come to me. Because I would have stopped ideating. I would have stopped letting that percolate. I would have instead been, focused on the words that had already been produced. So to me, there is power in that level of procrastination. But in order to harness that power, you have to do what Jackie Dana just called procrastinate better. So she just shared a quick story with me. As I told her, I was like, well, tonight's episode is now going to be about procrastination. She said, whoa, procrastination, let me tell you. She learned that her lifestyle of procrastination in undergrad was not going to be quite as seamless in graduate school, which anyone who's made the transition from undergrad to graduate school learns pretty quickly. And so she said what I had to do was learn to procrastinate better. And she's absolutely right. And it's true. Like I've, in the back of my mind, done this sort of thing as well. And I've already explained it to you. So how do I procrastinate better? I know my limits when it comes to writing this story. If I'm going beyond Friday with this dilly-dallying, it ain't happening. It's a kind of a blessing and curse to know your limits, because now I know that I can dilly-dally until Friday. However, once you know those things, then you really have a situation where you can allow yourself to live in a story for a while and see what happens. And I kind of love that process, because what's happening in the meantime, I am giving myself permission to do this. So one of the perils of procrastination is if you are in my position right now. Let's say I'm sure there's plenty of listeners that are participating in this same contest, right? Because the numbers were in the thousands of people that were participating. I don't remember what it was. Let's say you two are listening and you're saying, yeah, I also haven't written a word, but you're tearing yourself apart about it. Like you've been freaking out about it since last Friday. And you're saying, why can't I write words? I can't believe I didn't write words. Oh my goodness, it's Wednesday. I didn't write anything. It's Thursday. I didn't write anything. This is the worst. If you are in that mindset, then you're so stressed out, you can't even allow your muse to sort of play in the playground of procrastination. But if you, again, I can't thank Jackie enough. If you procrastinate better, then you can give yourself permission, and you can say, you know what you're going to do right now? You're going to live life, and you're going to let all of that living feed your ideas. So I've discussed this before, but in Writing Down the Bones, Natalie Goldberg talks about writing as baking a cake. And she says that so many writers come with the heat. They come with all the heat, and they've got their oven set up. And that's, the flowery language, and they know how to write really well, by the books. But they're missing all of the ingredients, the eggs and the flour and the sugar and everything else that comes together to make a cake. Because she said the ingredients come from life. So I love, as I said, not focusing on a story idea and letting life happen while these elements are in my mind. Whether it is a prompt that was given to me on, through a contest, through a submission call, wherever I'm getting one of my own prompts, or it is an idea that I'm sort of thinking about that might be the next novel I want to focus on. Like maybe a character's come to me that seems like someone I really want to spend some time with, or a scenario, a premise that seems juicy and might have something to it. Rather than rush to the page and try to jot everything down, I like to live in it. I like to take that as one of my ingredients and walk around the world with it for a bit and see what other ingredients am I adding to this, and what kind of cake am I going to bake when I finally sit down. So, do I love procrastination? Do I wear my crown of La Princesa de Procrastinación with pride? Yeah, I do. And my mother's probably flipping in her grave saying, how has she not gotten over this yet? But it's, it works for me because I've learned how to procrastinate better. And while I will be a little sleep deprived tomorrow, because in this moment, I did not procrastinate better, I do believe it's all worth it, because I was in an incredibly valuable conversation tonight that I do think will serve me in the years to come. I guess perhaps one of the things about procrastinating well is being kind to yourself and being okay with the choices that you made to get you to the position you're in. And if you're not happy with the choices that you made to get you to where you are, there's nothing you can do about the past. You can just say, I will do better next time. So, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. I'm going to let you go right now. And this week, on Friday, January 29th, we will be having our first writing prompt party as part of the Friday Night Writes on the YouTube channel. But the way that you can get your invitation is by signing up for the email list so that you get the Zoom link and you can come and be in the recording, get the writing prompt. That unfortunately in writing prompt parties, no one's allowed to procrastinate because I set a timer and we write and we see what happens. But that is all for today. I hope to see some of you on Friday for that write-in. And if you can't make it this month, we will be doing it on the fourth Friday of every single month throughout the year. So sign up for the email anyway, even if you hear this a little bit late, because the Zoom link will come out every single month for your invite. And in between, there's all different types of prompts going on the YouTube channel for you to use at your leisure. Also on Fridays on the Instagram of Stop Writing Alone, I share a photo prompt if anyone is interested in just taking a photo and writing with it. And on Sundays in the stories, I do what I'm calling #SubmitSunday and sharing all different places that have open submission calls for all types of writing. And if you want to hear more about that and some of my suggestions about how to show up for your writing and submit, please check out the previous episode 105, where I talk all about submitting your writing. Have a wonderful week. Happy writing. Thank you, as always, for listening, and I will talk to you again soon. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the Stop Writing Alone podcast wherever you're listening to this episode today. Then connect with us on Facebook at Stop Writing Alone Facebook page or in the Stop Writing Alone with Nicole Rivera Facebook group. Check Instagram or Twitter where I'm at NV_Rivera to find links to our email newsletter. Recording, hosting, editing, producing. It's so much work. Disaster has struck. I finished my coffee. Tell me coffee is coming. ko-fi.com/stop writing alone.